Hi guys, I'm Miles and this is Chance. We're ready to get you through the final match of today, which is bound to be an absolute wild one. We will find out which of these teams has that dog in them. But for now, mate, I think it looks like it's the New York Subliners on paper. Seattle Surge definitely goes.
Yeah, I would agree. New York Subliners on paper. I was very surprised. Caught off guard by the desk, leaning towards Seattle at all. I know it has been somewhat of a weird day, but even then, the only upset was Vegas beating OpTic. And I don't know, if you want to roll off the strangest, that's fine. But I would argue on paper, New York Subliners are looking like the best team in the game. And they won the last tournament. And on the flip side, Seattle, I mean, when's the last time they won a Search and Destroy? 2022? It's been so long.
I'm thinking about it.
In 2022, that was a different year.
It was an entire year has passed. But let's find out what happens here in this hardpoint. Map number 1 of the final series of today. What a super Saturday it has been indeed. In the hotel we go. And what do you know? Seattle Surge, they are the big dogs so far. They get themselves in, getting kills, got map presence. They've got spawns. What have they not got, Chance?
Well, no, they have everything. There is no options of what they do not have other than, I don't know, maybe that map too is what I'm still concerned about long term. But it is worth pointing out the 4-4 record that Seattle have on this map. 2 of those losses are towards New York, actually. I think I said that backwards. Seattle 4-4. Their 2 losses to New York. So they're looking to make amends, is all I'm trying to say. And so far, decent little bounce back. Have a little bit of a lead, and Mack trying to hold down those back spawns as well. He's done enough just to get his teammates back in the mix. So Surge set up for this rotation in P2.
Looking rotation so far. You got yourselves a lot more Surge members in the hardpoint than you do members of the Subliners. And for now, though, watch that teamwork. Watch the bait and switch, the in and out there from the New York Subliners. Trademark looks they've been hitting everyone with, rather, since the start of this year. But so far, Chance, I've got to say, brother, Surge are keeping this together.
I mean, well, still pretty clean until HyDra walks in, picks up a 2-piece, and that SMG duo just takes over. And that is a 4 spree for KiSMET, and even just the patience that he had, throwing shoulders over by the big door, waiting for his teammates to come and support. KiSMET, I mean, again, just such a good player. Very full gameplay, and now him and his teammates posted up in and around the hill. Super tight setup, and really no avenues of attack for the Surge. And honestly, Fred is waiting for his moment. Might have found it as well. Talk about the timing and all of that to take away 2 seconds.
I mean, yeah, that was a 30-ish second, remaining on the point before Pred being the last man there. The rest of his teammates set up across the map, now trying to trap the Subliners in on towards ult. Over to the kitchen, we're now going to go top left-hand side of the mini-map. And for now, New York Subliners, they've got themselves a chunk of lead. Now, though, Seattle Surge looking to bounce back into this one. Here comes the hit.
And you see already the setup that Seattle are working to go with. 2 different players pushed out both the top side of the map and the right side of the map as well. The Subliners kind of grouped together. It looks like 3 players from the restaurant side. Priestahh is going to be by himself on the outer door, but obviously his position is known, and if HyDra's the first to fall, it looks like this might just be a collapse. KiSMET the next in line, and that is a perfect hold coming out of Seattle. That early rotation really paid off.
Yes, chef. They've got kitchen under full control. 30 seconds left on this one. You still got another hit of this one for the Subliners. In they go, though. But Pred, son, eats them alive. Absolutely devoured the 4 spree there. Calorific approach to the hard point. His teammates have got it sweet as well. That's accuracy in the feed. That is all Seattle, all hard point long.
And this is a massive amount of time on the rotation, and while you don't get 2-piece, Mack actually bails himself out right there from avoiding an early fate. So still an opportunity to put pressure on to work this break, but obviously for Seattle, it's 2 bodies still at that old time, and Skyz is shutting that back door in effect. So New York Subliners, they got the right things pushed out, they got all their cuts covered, and they've got a very strong hold so far.
Lovely looks. This is the opportunity now for the Subliners to try to bounce back over to the bar we now. See it cleaning these players up on the outside. He has been a true force of nature for his squad since MW2 has dropped. Hardpoint break is there. Seattle Surge are in.
And look at accuracy, by the way. He's the one that picked up 3 along the way, so your main AR showing up, and that's a pretty important moment, honestly, for Seattle to get this break. You tail off a full 60 and break in and potentially effectively win the new hill as well. As good as it gets for Hotel and for Surge, this is the game they want to play. You got HyDra spawning out, so at least a brief opportunity maybe to have an extra man, but not quick enough, and Surge do get chopped down. So Subliners stabilize, and we go back to that similar sort of situation. New York, they'll have that rotation. The question is, can they actually hold on to this one? A full 60, they're back in, but Surge have been clean on the brakes.
Yeah, Surge's brakes have been sweet. Let's find out if we get another one. Add to the stats. Skyz holding back on the outside of the kitchen. Oh, he's stunned up. Here comes Pred. Over the top. Good shots there. Nice bit of teamwork. Priestahh helps him out indeed. You do sort of get him off the point. Not necessarily a break. Here comes the counterattack. Simp, unfortunate bit of a team kill there. Now you've isolated these members of the Seattle Surge, now trapped on the inside of the kitchen. Here comes Skyz. There was a knife in his hand for a moment, but the rest of the boys hold down the hard point. It's not quite a full 60 chance, but so far so good.
Ah, yeah, that's tough for Skyz, too. I think he was looking for an extra Vaznev on the ground, picks up another tack, so not the right gun for the job, and I think HyDra, he's on a 5 spree, but his teammates all fall around him, and it took a long time to orchestrate it and to make it happen, but Surge eventually do get that break, and it'd be nice just to get that scrap time, maintain the lead, and try to stay ahead of the game, but for the moment, it's Mack by himself on this rotation, and KiSMET, it's a one-on-one gunfight potentially for the time, as everything else is by Kitchen.
Everything else by Kitchen for now. CL Surge, full control. Let's see how they hold on to this one, and let's go for a quick listen in.
I'm helping him square. I hear him top bed on me. Side dead. I hear him in kitchen. I'm on bullet. I'm coming to back. Hold on. I'm gonna give you like a flaking bed. Okay, I'm on the back. KiSMET. Top bed, KiSMET. Down. Side kitchen. Nice. That's 3. That's looking for 1. I have front bed cross. Bottom bed dead. Nice. I have the cross. We're looking for 1, guys. Yeah, the cross. Dead. I have the bed cross. Nice. The bed cross. 2 art. Okay, I'm mid now. Art dead. One more art. P1. He's P1 already. Mono team. He went kitchen art. Bottom bed. Alright. Stay down on track. Bottom bed. Shit on. And Art. Dead again. One more. Victor. Let's have Victor. Lamar. You win. Catch this thing. One shot mid. Nice, Lamar. One could be about back. That's one mid. Don't die of time, bro. I'm not. That's one mid. I'm chilling. Art. They're gonna be all down mid. And Art. One shot. Art dead. In Art again. I have him there. He's front bed. Catch this quick. Catch this. The barge is the one to be catches. I heard that. I need him catches. Let's work this shit on. Nice.
Seattle Surge shots. Them comms are popping.
Yeah, dude, I think Nameless might have been right of just feeling the pressure of like a roster change coming through, because all 4 of those players have been bringing the energy. These guys are ready to play, and on the flip side, I mean, Skyz triple negative, Priestahh double negative. No one on York Subliners able to get any sort of production going. So Surge right now, they have been in their bag, but obviously it's still Hotel. You still got a long way to go. You cannot take your foot off the gas.
First set of hard points are done, now into the second, and so far, let's look at the score. Seattle Surge are running the show. However, New York Subliners, it was a decent opener there on the first hard point. They got a solid chunk, immediately evicted from this one. Eyes towards the right-hand side of the minimap again, though. That's Seattle Surge's territory for now. D2 looking to be all theirs.
I mean, this is a beautiful rotation as well, right? A couple players like Accuracy winning those rotational gunfights, and nearly everybody set up towards the back. The only player that's not set up towards the back is Pred, and Pred's picking up pieces and being annoying and turning players around. So Pred has just bought his team so much time, but now New York, you got KiSMET winning the gunfight down low, so they have the pinch on this hill.
Pinch is on. How well will Seattle Surge hold it? Whoa, baby, it tags in. Not up for the kills. Teammates are there in the feed. Pred on the flank. 4 down. Seattle Surge. This could be the map.
Yeah, that should seal the deal. In all honesty, clean hold like that, you deal with the pinch coming through, and guys like Pred and Civ always annoying in the feed. And for Subliners, I'm in his last ditch effort. You gotta fly and just pray that you can dolphin dive your way into a contest, but it is feeling hopeless. It's feeling like Surge just showed up ready to play, did not need any time to warm up, and Civ with a nice little 3 potentially. Well, maybe not to seal the deal, but certainly to add to those stats.
You get enough damage, you get enough sort of time in there, you force at least one more hard point. It's going to be a tight one, though. New York Subliners have been stunned here on Hotel in the opener. Seattle Surge. Grab these final few seconds now, make your way across the map over to the kitchen. 1 clean break, and the map is done.
And, well, that's the start at least the Subliners wanted to have as far as this specific kill goes. If Surge can get a full 60, Subliners think that they can do the same. But good lord, if you could shoot like that, maybe not. That is not a fun Vaznev gunfight to have to deal with. And that just means Pred will be the first man in line, chasing kills, trying to entry on this break. 3 players in front, and the kills, honestly, almost falling into his lap.
Literally, HyDra somehow gets a 5 spree, stays alive, keeping the hard point in his teammate's hands. Accuracy on the outside, looking to catch 1. He is absolutely wiped off the map. The hard point has been solid indeed from the Subliners. Kitchen nearly perfect. Rotations on, over to the bar. How long will their luck continue?
And this is all about the timing, right? Priestahh not flying in. They're trying to make sure he works with his teammates to get this like clean break over towards the new point. And Skyz gets an intro, tough gunfight to win, but Priestahh just looking for the trades. But look who was flanking anyway. Pred was going to shoot in the back if they didn't, and Skyz might be able to shoot him in the front. But Seattle nice and secure on the new time. And I mean, it's just a foot race. 3 seconds to go. You don't have time to do this. You got to fly, and it is not good enough. Surge came out with the fire, and they delivered on Hotel.
And that is the Seattle Surge that so many people have wanted to see for so long. They have been denied it. Now they come out swinging. Subliners. That's a tough one. We've not seen them take a loss like that in quite some time. Again, signs of life towards the end, but not quite enough to get the series rolling. Seattle Surge, what a great steal.
Yeah, those faces, by the way, on the Surge player cams, they know what the deal is, right? I mean, there is no celebration. There's no happiness there. They're like, all right, we took care of business for map 1. This is going to be a long series if that's the case, because again, 0-5 so far throughout this stage in Search and Destroy, winless in the game mode, and that's where we're going next. So nothing to celebrate just yet, but obviously fantastic performance for the map number 1. Pretty much the clinical, like that is the Seattle Surge experience where Sib, main slayer, Pred right behind him and was even up there with the damage and accuracy. The Super Soaker, 2 minutes in the hill. And that is the exact scoreboard you want to see if you're a Seattle Surge fan. And again, on Hotel, the record overall is pretty solid. Now 5-4. 2 of those 4 losses are to the New York Subliners, so they make amends right there, and obviously at least start their series off right.
Here are the highlights from that opening hard point, and again, a beautiful look from Seattle Surge certainly came to play today. We'll see if they can keep that momentum going through the Search and Destroy and the Control in a moment. But good breaks either side, man. The breaks, again, for the Surge, it seemed to be one of the crucial components there for the victory chance. New York Subliners, classic rotations, well and truly ahead of the curve when it came to hitting the hard points. But Seattle, so good on the break.
Yeah, and really just setting the pace early with those breaks as well, right? Because not only did they out-rotate over towards P2, but I think after that, they, full 60 the kitchen hill, and then maybe New York had the opportunity to try to get back in the game over on the desk hill, but that's the one Surge broke through and quite frankly just never looked back. So again, incredible stuff. Picturesque sort of Hotel game. That is exactly how Surge, I'm sure, is used to having it happen in scrims. They convert it, make it happen in the online matches as well, but that is step 1 of a multi-step process. And again, Search and Destroy, I mean, it's been the focus point. I think quite literally in an interview from Pred after like the first or second week of this year, he was talking about how S&D they need to make improvements. So that was at the start of the year. It's been a few months since that moment, and still the massive problem for this team. 4-15 record overall, last in the league by a mile. It's got to be this game mode. Like, if they can fix this, they will be right back to being just a straight-up contender for, like, top team in the game. But it is just a very big problem they need to solve.
It is a massive problem, indeed, and it's a glaring one. We will deal with the elephant in the room in a moment, and though you'll be hearing many elephants in all the rooms in a moment as well as we get towards aBeZy Control. Very, very close quarters map on the inside. There's at least one bomb site, the A bomb site, and a B on the outside. Little not is noisy. It's just all noise. A lot of noise in this game. Priestahh is getting the eye drops in. That's something you don't see every day on the CDL broadcast. Or is he turning on the fake tears? Who knows? Either way, though, aBeZy S&D on its way around the corner.
And it is worth pointing out, as far as Search and Destroys goes, this might be the very best map for Seattle. 2-2 record on aBeZy. So, I mean, if you're trying to be optimistic about their Search and Destroy like prowess and potential, this is the exact map you want to see, especially after the map 1 performance. But again, maybe a crack of a smile out of Sib, but it gets very focused looks coming out of those 4 players after map 1. So they know what they're in for, but obviously they are very prepared and ready to go.
Almost ready to dive in to map number 2. So what will be a very fun series, no doubt about it. What a day we have had of Call of Duty here, pals. This Super Saturday has not disappointed in the slightest, and now for the Subliners in Seattle, what could be the highlight of the day, which is saying something. But we'll see how things go. See if we can get the bounce back here from the New York Subliners, force that series a little deeper into it. By deep map pull, and here we go though. Fist bumps out. It's time to party. Here we go into the Search.
Maybe one important theme is that is just absurdly painful to look at. I mean, 34% round 1. 0-10 on, that is actually just patently ridiculous. But I think thematically for the Seattle team, they sort of play it, at least statistically, in a similar to way they played Vanguard, where like Mack doesn't have the best KD. He's got like a 0.7, but he also gets the bomb down a massive amount, especially compared to the rest of the league. I think he's like 3rd or 4th overall. So objectively speaking, they're able to put themselves in good spots. They just don't convert. And if you think about a map like Berlin S&D, if you get the bomb down, you did your job. But those clutch situations don't exist in the same way in this game. So I think that's like the starting point for the adjustment you make is Mack is right back looking to get that bomb down.
Skyz misses a sitter. Something you see too often. KiSMET does not miss. The top side out of this warehouse building is all safe and sound. Speaking of sound, you're going to be able to hear a lot of what is going on downstairs. No dead silence this first round, no trophies. Now that bomb's planted, here comes the news.
Again, great at getting the bomb down, converting after the fact, not always easy, especially when you've already gotten first blooded. And you do know a couple of those players are on the stairwell above you, and that's where the Subliners players are coming through. Pred's watching it, and that's a freebie for the first, freebie for the second, and that's what Surge need.
Oh, 2. Mack, can you get 2 now? There's 1. Next in, teammates are there. Seattle Surge, great round.
That's beautiful. I was gonna think, imagining like if you're on the side of Surge, as soon as Simp goes down for the first blood, none of those players above you have dead silence, but that's just kind of terrifying to hear them running amok like in your base. And it's tough to play with a lot of confidence, but I mean, it turned up just falling into Pred's lap. Easy first blood. HyDra's forced the chow, but Pred knew exactly where he needed to aim, so easy stuff there, and you'll take the 3v4 with bomb down. Beautiful way to start the S&D.
Again, talking about bomb plants, another stat that we've been hitting hard this year alone. Mack, another heavy planter, likes to lay him down. Priestahh, will he be doing the same thing this time around again? Forcing your opponents to make a play once that bomb goes down. Crucial here in the mode. At this level of play, you'll take literally any advantage you can get. Pred, his 3 spree, he's got himself deady, and he's moving around the back.
Beautiful thing about getting 3 kills in the first round. Easy dead silence for the next one. Just now runs out, so he's got to slow down a little bit. And I don't know if Priest is watching this, and yeah, he at least has the reaction time to trade out his friend. So a 3 versus 3, but now guess who's behind enemy lines? Accuracy is in your spawn, and this you are never going to read.
No, we called this last week one of the signs of the apocalypse, and this time now, it's definitely on. He's making quite a lot of noise, but there's no way. Skyz is not going to expect accuracy here. Bomb getting planted over towards A. Skyz has done a full lap, hasn't managed to sniff him out. He's probably going to die now, but there's the tags. Again, who the hell is that shooting me in the back? It's Lamar. It's a 3v2. What is going on?
Well, that ends up working out perfectly, though, just because he's able to get away. So a little bit lucky there that the flank doesn't come through. And easy reads on the pre-aim, but Skyz is going to get traded out eventually. So the 2v2 on site, Priestahh tucked away with Bance now.
The clock is ticking, though. Less than 25 to go now. Priestahh tagged up. HyDra from upstairs. Makes it a 2v1. All down to Simp. He can force this fight all he wants. HyDra, the smoothest of moves, the slinkiest of shoulders. He is out and gone. No questions asked. Nice bounce back there, York Subliners.
All right, that's kind of a crazy round, too, because I think pretty much all of that comes down to is Skyz when he's up in like that top white building, just leaving and leaving quickly, because I don't think he had any idea that accuracy was behind him. And instead just hop, skips, and jumps, flies out the back door, and he's able to get away. Accuracy has to reveal his position, and accuracy never ended up getting that freebie. So talk about a big one for the round 1 where Pred picks up the 2-piece down low to make up for the first blood that came through. Well, New York had a little bit of luck on their side for the round 2.
A 3 spree from HyDra now. The shoes on the other foot. We'll see if he can't make something off that one. And Sib, ooh, snipes out the SPX. Not a single soul will be spotted from this side of the map. Everyone should be backing on up. Oh, I do think, though, Skyz, number 3, might have slipped over towards the backside of B. The timing might have just worked out. He may be unknown.
You got Priestahh watching the cross as well, or at least bouncing back and forth between the windows. So Subliners do have everything covered, but a lot of pressure to win these one-on-one gunfights.
What is going on here? Oh, Mack, nice nade from up way downtown. Immediate bounce back there from Skyz. Puts himself in a great position not to be spotted out. Doesn't show the feet. Oh. Which can disappoint some. But that bullet, oh, it should have got him.
And talk about accuracy. A little bit of luck on your side, by the way. It continues.
Yeah. I was going to say accuracy with a quick bomb recovery. Less than 30 on the clock, though, but the New York Subliners are going in for the stranglehold now. No air left in the lungs of Seattle Surge. They are floundering. Can Pred make something happen? This would be special. Oh, yay! Back to back for the Subliners.
Yeah, Skyz with the little get off me right there, and the old face cam as well at the end of that round. I think he got heard down low by Pred, but here's a look at the hit marker, by the way. Caught him in the... Ooh,
oh,
wait,
wow. Wait a minute. That looked like high chest to possibly head at that range.
And it wasn't through anything because he did 90 damage as well. So, yeah, again, Skyz really lucky so far in these past 2 rounds, has to be said.
Mr. Bueno. He works real hard to be that lucky, believe me. 4 spree now for HyDra. Keeps it going. Get to 5. With this opening hit, who knows? No Daddy to really play with this round. He's going to need a few kills before that gets in the mix. Here we go.
I think HyDra spotted accuracy, by the way, playing over towards the tower because Priestahh actually moved with the bomb to look that direction. So they got a little bit of intel. They know Mack's inside. They're trying to chow, but guess who brought the gunny? Mack with the big 2. Man advantage towards the surge, and Priestahh now with Daddy trying to make a play.
That was disgusting. He literally sat on that bomb site and was like, yeah, I know I'm stunned. Just square up. Who wants it? Priesthah's Daddy finished. He's now very loud. Slow right down in this 2v3. He and Skyz should be able to make it a 2v2. There we go. Nice job. Sib's out of the equation.
And there's no instant job from accuracy. Accuracy's open. He just walks out those back doors, but it is just a full 4-man sort of line down the board with trades potential all the way through. Mack's still in the sight, but there's the trades to take him down, and accuracy didn't get that initial trade for his teammate. Now left in the 1 versus 2.
The dead silence play as well. Here comes the bomb plant. 20 seconds on this one. Skyz, he's going to chow out. Absolutely rolled him. 1v1. Dead silence is complete. Priestahh, though. Oh, baby. Wow. Wins the big fight. Wow. Did not see that coming. Nor did accuracy. Woo!
Nah, you just straight up chowing that. I mean, there was no big play. No sort of genius thing there. Priestahh just says, I'm a Vaznev. That is accuracy. I will be there ready for the gunfight. And just instantly takes him down. And talk about big plays from Priestahh. I mean, he's the one that sort of sneaks through with the dead silence, gets up top, and again, just doesn't get traded out initially because accuracy, I guess, didn't have dead silence in that moment, so couldn't make the quick play, and the slow play does not work out. A lot of rounds right there for the Subliners, even when they're getting the first-blooded, or getting first-blooded, rather. They're finding a way.
Yep, 3-1. New York Subliners starting to walk over this one. The bounce back is certainly on, but it's not over just yet. Heavy presence towards this side of the map now from Seattle Surge. Bottom side, they're getting a little bit of fresh air and they're touching some grass, but they might be pushing up daisies in a moment. KiSMET at range. Nice first blood. Somehow gets out. Pred should be there to get the bounce back immediately. Here comes that trade. He's going to check this slowly because he's on the read. Pred gets it. 3v2.
Yeah, in the meantime, though, accuracy, who was up in the top tower, I mean, again, baited a little bit by KiSMET, so he gets traded out, but Mack does win a 1-on-1, so it is a 2 versus 2. I don't know for how long, because Skyz, he has the drop on Mack, but Mack simply does not care. Bullies him out of the sight, and it's Mack and Pred versus Priestahh and Skyz.
Bombs planted for the back side of the room, so it's not going to be spotted from this side. That top angle that Skyz has won't help that much. Pred's got him covered on the rear. The boys have vacated the top floor. Here we go. Cracks the door. Single kill, 1v1 now. Priestahh versus Pred.
Oh, wow, just spots him on the cross, holds the iron, and that is a hard read coming out of Pred in that moment, and I mean, that ends up panning out beautifully. I think Priestahh maybe expected both Mack and Pred to be doubled up in that little room, so swings out wide. And I was going to say, that's a distant setup. Like, Mack just gets traded out, and that just puts pressure on both of those Surge players. Like, Mack has to guarantee at least one because he's going to get traded out, and then that's trusting Pred to win the 1v1 after the fact. So a lot of trust in the individual plays right there from Seattle. Trust for good reason. They got the job done, and they stopped the bleeding. New York not letting this get too out of control.
It's patient Pred, halfway towards his dead silence. And he is, I mean, no fleurs given. I know it's the wrong team, but he's in, man. He made a lot of noise there. New York Subliners can get their lethals out of the way. And now back on up. I love this play out of them. They know Pred is close.
I mean, New York also haven't attempted to do anything on the map. I mean, a couple nades coming through, looking for the early pick, but after that, it has been very slow, and it's not a lot of information, nothing crazy, but Pred can hear these players down low.
Ooh, HyDra. Snipes on the outside, looking to make his way forward. Priesth's first blood's going to help out. Will it see a decent amount of movement? Okay, maybe. Out of Seattle Surge, and only in the form of Pred springing to life and finding that opening kill for his team. Pistol's out now for HyDra, and this is a scary prospect. He take care of Pred from down low. He might be able to. Here comes the hit. 2v2.
He's flying as well. I'm talking zero time wasted getting in there with a pistol and trying to hunt this man down, but he's cleared everything out, so I guess the last thing is going to be up top, but doesn't read it well enough. Pred gets the kill, leaves KiSMET in the 1v2. Simp killed Priestahh earlier, so KiSMET does know the last known locations.
35 seconds on this one. KiSMET, he might be taking a little too long to get this job done. Yeah, there it is. Good work from Simp. Simp could hear him from the outside. He pumped the brakes immediately in the outskirts of the B-bomb site. He had those ears on, well and truly switched on in that moment. We're going to let some of this time sneak out. As you can see there, 70% there on Pred's dead silence. Massive stuff from them. Good work, Seattle Surge. What a fantastic equalizer.
Yeah, 4 kills in a row from Pred as well. Maybe the biggest moment of the round, in all honesty. It was Priestahh that struck for the first blood. He actually gets a dead silence reset and goes on like nearly a full flank and checks everything except for the spot that Sid was laying down in, tucked away in like the back end of the map. So Sid ends up trading out that kill. But if Priestahh finds the second one, that's New York with the 4-2 lead. But instead, talk about how a lot of these little things have been going back and forth between these two teams. Surge gets a little bit of luck there and all tied up. Let's see.
Whew. Gonna be a big old headbutt on the A-bomb site. And yep, Pred needs a concussion. Wolf's still looking to get them streaks. Was quite able to get it done here in this matchup so far, but for Mack, he has been crucial for the squad. There's the tag. I'm going to send it. HyDra's going to be on the outside. Shoots in. Pred should have him dead to rights. He does with nice trades. Good work, Subliners. Nice teamwork. Shots in now from Civ, keeping Priestahh at bay. As the shuffle seems to be done, and the 3v2 now that all the dust has settled. Subliners, you got that bomb down. You should be able to hold this.
Yeah, time to fly as well for Sid. Pops the dead silence. It's a small window to try to make the play and get some good shots in, but no kill there. And that's going to be dead silence burn to no avail and accuracy. Doesn't have the dead silence just yet, but has crowd far away of the entire map. But good luck trying to kill Priestahh in this spot. He can do this all day.
He might have to, but he's running out of time. 25 on the clock. He's backed right on up. Oh my God, the timing is sensational. 3v1 now for Sib, less than 20 to go. He does have the bomb, but the setup here from the Subliners is no way. There is simply ain't no way he's going to be able to get on towards either one of those bomb sites and make anything happen. A valiant effort there from Seattle Surge, but unfortunately for accuracy, caught out, sneaking on the stairs there. New York Subliners take the lead.
Really, the breakdown of that round is just HyDra. I mean, HyDra gets that first blood as soon as like Mack opens the door and throws that stun. HyDra just opens the other door, shoots in the back for the freebie. Pred didn't protect his teammate at all, and Pred then has to overextend so far to kill HyDra that Skyz just has his back for the coverage. So really, HyDra just makes the plays. Skyz is there for the coverage, and just not the ideal setup right there for Seattle. Or either that or the timing just went horrifically wrong, but Mack just got left out to dry.
Here we go. Slight air of tension across the bottom side of the map. A Seattle Surge expecting a little bit more attention out here, but they've got their eyes on every single possible angle. That top money window, there's a little office space to be played with there. Anyone who cracks out those double doors and tries to get into that courtyard is in a world of hurt. Sib, the only man on the inside here now with Mack. Okay, backing him up. Mack lives on the bomb site chance. He found kill after kill in there. Don't go in that room. It's Mack's.
I'll tell you, man, so many people, like, they just consistently leave Mack by himself, but he delivers. But he still is by himself. Maybe Pred actually has the timing to make the perfect play. The dead silence runs out, and maybe the moment he needs it most, because look at what's happening to that bomb. The B site wide open. No one here to actually protect it, so you can get this thing planted for free. Accuracy on the fullest of flanks, but Skyz is going to be at least responsible for watching it. 3 versus 3 with an awkward setup on the map.
Super awkward. Oh, snap!
Beams.
Mack's head got spotted at the very least. There's the nade. Here comes the shower from Skyz. Nice work. Mack drops him 2v2. 30 seconds. And the fight is coming to the bomb site. Pred, he is going to be the man of the moment here. That Vaznev is about to ring out. Cracks a door. Makes the fight a little bit awkward. Mack now getting involved. Here comes the hit in the back door once again. KiSMET wins it. That should be it. Knives out. Oh! Oh! What is this? Oh, Mack gets them both! And you bet he's smiling. I'm gonna need a replay.
Ooh, Kool-Aid man, more like Kool-Aid Mack, kicking open the door, and yeah, hopefully we get a look at that from his perspective, because awkwardness on the door fight here, but he's got the Vaznev, he is loud, KiSMET goes flying, and Mack just, kicks the bad boy open, hit fires with attack, or even just gets him through the door. That is a massive 1v2 clutch right there for him to get, because neither Mack nor Pred had dead silence in that moment to try to make sort of a play, or at least not a play you can make without getting heard. But Pred is enough of a distraction. Mack there to fly in and trade out the one-shot teammate, and that pans out. That is a big moment right there for Seattle.
Crazy. It did look like the door slam was actually the killing blow there, but
that would hurt.
Bold moves out of Mack to fly in there when you knew the man had a knife. But there you go. Into the bomb site now. Mack flies. Bomb in hand. Gonna get that plant immediately. 4-4 once again. Is this search and destroy here on iLLeY? Back and forth we go.
Captain Mack, literally Mr. Do-It-All, gets the bomb down, gets out with his life, and now you just have everybody like posted up. Some deep people in your spawn. Accuracy basically hasn't moved from it. Looks like HyDra's gonna get the freebie, but even Pred is in a deep corner in the opponent's spawn, so it's chaos everywhere, but Skyz again is the one that chops him off, and that is a man advantage for New York.
He's gonna check every single corner now on the way in. HyDra's got his back. Nice coordinated effort. Oh no, Sib. Oh no, Sib with the 3. Come on. We didn't see a lot of it, but the 2-piece was something. And then HyDra just flying out, unfortunately not checking the right corner. You know what would have absolutely saved him right then and there? Red dot, that mini map. Nah.
Oh, would have saved HyDra, but still would have lost the round. I'd have to imagine. That's a big moment from Sib. Cornered up, looking straight down the middle lane, and another 2v3 clutch in Miles. I'm not trying to get too ahead of myself, but
I know.
Seattle Surge, they're 5-4.
That's crazy.
Statement of facts right now.
I know. You're not saying, I know. This is crazy. Seattle.
Just in case. Just throwing that out there.
Here we go. And it's Mack. 10-6. 4 spree from him. The 3 in the round from Sib. And this is going to be the opening hit here. The shots are there. The tags are in. The nades are out. You name it. It's all happening here on iLLeY. The Lunatics have taken control of the asylum. The bomb is being planted on a HyDra first blood. Straight in. Are we going to get that round 11?
I can't believe. I mean, HyDra was tagged up, naded, one shot behind the door, and he still finds a way to get that first blood. But Mack, maybe the next man in. He's on a 4 spree. He's got 10 kills to his name, but wants to go with his teammates instead. Not a lot of time to make this happen. So many corners to check. Sib's gonna fall next, and if you open the door, Priestahh knows where to look in accuracy. In the 1 versus 4. Good luck with this one.
Oh no. Oh no. Round 11. Is it falling apart? Is it coming apart at the seams chance? The New York Subliners, they've been here before. Calm, resolute focus across their faces. They are ready to party. Can Seattle Surge break the curse?
And look, they put themselves in such a good spot to that round. Like, that is, you've no excuse not to kill HyDra in that moment. He just makes the big play. I can't find the round 11 records fast enough. I tried, Miles. I tried to find him. I have no idea.
I appreciate you.
Going into this blind.
It doesn't matter. We're going in. Hold on. Everyone fasten your seatbelts. There are the records. Seattle. Hey, it ain't bad. It could be way worse. It could be way worse, but this is an important one. And accuracy, he is tagged. HyDra has made it into the office. It's business time.
Oh, that's a good nade as well. That's everybody from Seattle on the outer lane, but you're not expecting that many, so you kill HyDra, even up the odds. Big gunfight win, though, from Kiz. You got the man advantage.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Priestahh drives forward. Skyz, it's over. It's done. The curse remains. The search and destroy struggles of the Seattle Surge will still course through their Call of Duty veins. We're all tied up 1-1.
And that is, how many rounds did they actually put themselves in a good spot? I mean, you can even talk about the luck factor as well. Like in the round where Sib gets the hit marker on Skyz as he's diving across in the back, that could have been a round that Surge ended up winning. You have times where HyDra is naded and shot and tagged up and identified, and you think he's going to be free for the first blood, but HyDra finds a way just to win the big one-on-one gunfight to make sure you keep his team in that round. Like, I don't know. Seattle Surge put themselves in good positions time and time again. Mack did his job, was getting the bomb down, had 3 first bloods, and just dominated inside that A site. But even with all the things that were going right, there was enough that still went wrong. And yeah, 0-6 now in stage 2. 0-11 online, dude. 0-11.
0-11 online. Fortress Control is the next map in this series. Double dose of Fortress and a Hotel Showdown for Game 5 if we have to get there. Now, my pick'ems do want us to get there. I don't know how your pick'ems are doing, folks, but honestly, on the day, I've been pretty good. Outside of Vegas and OpTic, I've been pretty sweet. Let's go to a quick commercial break. On the other end of this one, we're diving into Fortress for a game of Control and see who takes the lead here in the series.
Upgrade your game with the Scump, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by the GMC Hummer EV Pickup, the world's first all-electric super truck.
We are back, Call of Duty fans, New York Subliners, Seattle Surge. Map number 3. Here we go, though, into our Fortress control chance. What the hell do the stats say?
Oh, this is not a good sign for Seattle, but they did choose it. So, like, they know more than I do in this situation. But statistically, Seattle 1-0, and they've beaten Las Vegas, which, no disrespect, or maybe a little disrespect. Beating Vegas in control, not the most impressive thing in the world. New York Subliners, though, 5-0. Perfect on this map. They've won 44% of their offensive rounds, which I don't know how often we talk about how bad offense is on this map, but they are literally more than like twice as good as the league average on offense. And on their defense, they've won like 90-something%. So your Subliners, incredibly dangerous on aBeZy Fortress control, and Seattle kind of unknown. But if I had to make a guess, HyDra is going to fry.
That's a very safe bet. Very, very safe indeed. The unknowns today have been very dangerous and very damaging for the picks indeed. Of course, Las Vegas defeating OpTic Texas was a big surprise for all of us. Now that we have a little bit of a match delay, as you can see by the calm focus across Skyz, man, he is so locked in right now. What is going on in that head? What is he thinking about? What could it be? He's thinking about capturing A.
I can't even think of a joke. He literally looks like he's thinking about.
He's thinking about. No, he's thinking about hitting B. He's thinking about beaming folk. Oh, he's back. Oh, I'm back. Okay. He's had a crazy dream.
He respawns.
He's just respawned. Crazy, crazy dream.
And Skyz is back. There he is. That's the Skyz we're used to seeing. Here we go.
Wow, we are nearly ready to get back into this one, boys and girls.
We thought the lobby dropped and had to reset. It was Skyz's brain dropped, but now it's fully reset. He's rebooted up, and maybe he is the new robot in the league.
He's ready to go now. He's absolutely ready to party. I wonder about his opponents, though. I wonder what's going on that side. Can we have a look at the Seattle Surge side of the stage? Are they a little bit more focused? I mean, you can see from the reflection in Sib's glasses, he's in the firing range, absolutely letting it rip with his tack. He's, I mean, talk about a player who, if anyone ever watches or you know, participates in Sib's chat and Twitch and everything, like, he is an incredibly focused competitor. He is a ruthless individual when it comes to, you know, the approach to the game, how, you know, the work ethic, everything, man. This guy, he's going to have a long and illustrious career. I cannot wait to see how far he can go.
I mean, it really does. Like, it is important to mention for the Seattle camp. Even their S&D 0-11 is obviously a horrible stat line, but you can see they are putting in work. Like, they're having good adjustments on the map, even on the LSC alone, consistently putting themselves in good spots. It's just they've not been getting a lot of lucky breaks so far in these rounds, but very focused team across the board. I mean, a lot of confidence they have in the roster as well. I mean, they stuck together through the entirety of last year because they believed in each other. Yeah. I think that was a resounding success for the year run of this team being together. So they're putting the faith in as well for year two. Obviously, it's just been a bit of a rut. And really just a rut online because, hey, they got second at the last major. So obviously, there's a great deal of potential with this squad. But the difference between a 4-5 record in Search and Destroy on land compared to 0-11 in these matches is just, it's extreme. It is honestly unbelievable.
They are going through it. There's no doubt about it. They are certainly going through it. We'll see, though. We got some standings to... Oh, actually, wait. Fist bumps? Okay. We might hold off on the standings for a second. Quick overview of, you know, where we are exactly here in the league, but I think this might be fist bumps. All right, game's ready. Let's get it, boys and girls. In a control on Fortress we go.
You can tell, by the way, exactly where the guys are sitting, because anytime KiSMET looks at Skyz, he just has the most suspicious look on his face. Like, he knows something is just going to get weird. What's not going to get weird, though, are Sib's stats, because, again, Search and Destroy, not the finest for Seattle, but at least in the respawn, Sib, one of the absolute best slayers in the game. So, got to be on the lookout for him here on aBeZy Fortress, and him and Pred as well, because you already know HyDra getting ready to run amok on this map.
Yeah, those are the two big names that we're keeping a very firm eye on this entire map. And Priestahh, nice starts indeed. Pred, though, he's the man who's managed to get himself out and about for a Mo. He's going to be number 8 on the minimap. Watch him fly. He's going to cause all sorts of problems. And he already is for the New York Subliners.
Oh, he gets the 2 as well. Yeah, if you can get 1, you're happy. You pick up the big 2. That is a lot of success. And HyDra gets dropped as well. So as good as it gets, basically, on an opening break to get Pred in a position like that. Maybe at least 1 tick so far has come through on the A zone. But look how quickly New York recovers. They killed Pred. They get the clean wipe. And all that effort, all of that potential, all that 2-piece just for a single tick.
All that for a single tick. I mean, it's a good tick, though. I've seen ticks. Oh, no, it's not a tick. They're draining it. Oh, no, they didn't get it. They didn't complete it. Oh, no, it was for nothing. All that time and energy wasted, although Mack does manage to get out. For now, you'll take it. HyDra atop this roof. Skyz finds 2 in the feed. Pressure is still on. However, Seattle Surge have snuck out. What an awkward fight that was. Those are our 2 submachine gun warriors we'll be keeping an eye on here in this map.
Yeah, well, accuracy, his position gets revealed, so easy cleanups there from KiSMET. You try to go to the A zone, and you're trying to get the trades as best as you can, but right now they just cannot deliver. 18 seconds left. They need something perfect, but they just don't have the setup on the map. They don't have any sort of control, and that is a good start to get past HyDra. Okay. And Sim's actually, they're piecing everybody up. Sim wins 2 massive one-on-one gunfights, so at least the round for the moment still alive.
Oh, and the trophies are down as well. KiSMET, what you got? Flying in, trying to get something out of this. He put himself in a weird off angle. Here we go. Oh, teammate. Unfortunate. Pressure still on. 5.4 seconds. Skyz is here to try to save it. Can't get it done. A is starting to fall apart. You finally got 1 segment done. Over to Priestahh now. Dives in. Oh, can't get the second. There you go. Second segment should be cleaned up. Oh, baby. Oh.
And if Seattle can get this, by the way, they have a life lead as well, so you get an extra minute on the clock. You can now win this 1 of 2 ways, so Simp quite literally might have just bailed them out, but you still have to secure this point. Pred is getting tagged up through walls. 30 HP. Finally, Simp is there for the coverage, and you get the final tick. And a 3-life lead. Surge can make this happen.
That was the double bailout there from Simp. Not only did he pick up that 3-piece to get him onto the point, he keeps Pred alive in the back of the truck. A minute and 6 lives for the New York Subliners to hold on. What a surprise this would be for the opening of Control.
And also just crazy how, like, you know, everybody pumps the brakes, finds a corner, maybe waits for dead silence to come through. Jump spot here, jump spot there. Mack trying to get in position, working through the flank, but you New York Subliners, they have everything covered. No openings on the map. Simp again finds the entry. Mack looking for trades, but he's got 6 HP. He's trying to find the route, but he's being hunted down, but unkillable for the moment. 20 seconds left. Surge have pressure on point.
Pressure on point. There's the stop of the clock. 21.4. Lives out. Pressure for the front. You get 1. That's good. Simp, forward he goes now. Watching Priestahh as he creeps his way on towards the point. Pred's there to get it. Pred's in to get it. That's the cap. Seattle Surge. Oh, they don't get the cap, but they get the round.
Dude, that is a ridiculous round for them to get as well, because like they had the opening break, had that on lock, couldn't even get that converted to a single tick, and even towards the end, New York had a stranglehold on the map. They had the setup that they wanted, they had the players in the right positions, and then Sib wins not 1 but 2 ridiculous gunfights. His teammates surround him, back it up. They get the 1 4-man wipe and never looked back. That is a nail biter round 1. But Surge, they have that dog in them.
Round 2, fight. Sib's going to try and get the players out as they cross over the top. They're already out. I think he heard all those dolphin dives, not the sound of the sort of whatever dolphins do. Echolocation they have, but it was certainly sound that helped Seattle set this one up.
I did not have dolphin impression on my bingo card today, but I appreciate you for it. Didn't know that one was in the back pocket, but the only thing that Seattle has in the back pocket is the stranglehold on the map that they want to have on defense. They get everybody in a position. Maybe they want to be pressed up a little bit further forward, but that's a minuscule detail. You still get ARs posted up. You got 7. Mack over towards P1, so Subliners trying to work this through the P1 side of the map. They do get the entry they were looking for.
3 kills in the feed as well. HyDra, last man on this side of the map, up for his team. Oh, that's a nice win. Just trying to keep that foothold. You should be able to get accuracy as well if he peeks out any further. I think accuracy's on the right side of the statue. HyDra. Oh, he walks right into it. He is tagged up. Not dead, though. Still alive. 30 seconds.
You got, what, a 5 spree for accuracy, a 4 spree for Sib. So you might be able to convert into maybe not even just 1, but 2 cruise missiles. And there you go for Sib. I think he might have just gotten it, or he's a kill away. You see the 5 spree pop up. So already 1 for accuracy. a perfect round on defense here for Seattle. They've only had 5 deaths this entire round. And Barra miraculous play from KiSMET, which honestly, that might be the start of it. That is the only window of opportunity for Subliners to get back in this round.
The rest of the Subliners have been strangled in stables. They can't get out. Sib's now in the 1v1 against KiSMET. Wins it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Sib on the point now, looking to get a couple more. HyDra banged up. Taken not care of. Uh-oh. Accuracy's backed up. 6 seconds left in the round, and a single bit of progress now at B.
And keep in mind, by the way, I know Seattle won an offensive round, which is massive, but the ticks weren't always there. So if Subliners can actually get these ticks, that could be the difference maker for the round 5. Still 2 players out on point. And if they get this B zone, which is looking like they're going to be able to do, I think this might be tied up on ticks. You got to trade out accuracy. That's the final man in line, and Skyz gets it done.
Oh my God. 7 lives left for the New York Subliners. 13 now for Seattle Surge, and over towards the A zone we direct our attention. Skyz somehow alive. Dead. Finished. Taken care of. Back towards regularly scheduled programming, ladies and gents. You've got the New York Subliners trapped. Seattle Surge, it is absolutely the cookie cutter approach you've had all game long. Don't let them get out. You only need 5 kills. 4.
There's the first as well. Yeah, I mean, you get players post up. I mean, there's no way in my mind Surge lose this round. Like, you're not going to drop the ball after the fact, but considering how bad it was, I mean, Subliners obviously still in the position where they have to win a round on offense, so it's not fun. But just the fact that they got 1 zone,
oh man, I
think, you know, sort of count your lucky something, whatever that saying is.
Yeah, lucky stars. Yeah, count them.
Lucky stars, we'll count them. But they are down 2-0 on
all depends. All depends on the light pollution, though. Let's face it. Down 2-0 on Fortress. Seattle Surge are stunning us all. It's a surprise. That opening offensive round, they got it on kills. And it's been the firepower that's been the saving grace here for Seattle.
I think Seattle, you're sort of playing on free time right now as well. You go back on offense, you're already up 2-0, you're feeling confident. I suppose, again, if it is tied up on ticks, and you might be a little fearful because Subliners are incredibly dangerous on offense. You still want to keep the pressure on, but obviously you're up 2-0, you're feeling great. And again, accuracy is sitting on that cruise.
That helps. As well. Oh dear lordy, it's a very strong opener once again here in potentially the final round. Seattle are on the point.
Got a trophy though. Not a fun thing to have to deal with, but Skyz gets pushed into death. Mack's gonna get traded out, but the trades are there. Sib's got him covered, and now you get 2 players back on the point, so you're keeping this up. You already got the extra tick. Already, this is good news for Surge.
It's Sib in a world of hurt, though. Pinned down. A full open map, though, for now. If you count those players, you might be able to make something happen. Pred is just somehow alive. Somehow still going. You might be able to get 2 points on the go at the same time here, but Pred, he's going to do what he does best. Run around the inside of these fortress halls and absolutely terrorize the Subliners.
Might be more freebies towards the back of that as well. Yeah, wins the big one, wins the extra, doesn't get traded, barely gets away with his life. 4-man wipe right there for Surge. And who cares about offense and defense? Seattle, they just want to get the clean 3-0. B zone nearly secured as they're trying to keep the pressure up. But maybe actually they flew a little too close to the sun, bit off more than they could chew, and maybe right back to square one. Overcommitted, trying to rotate towards that A zone. Never actually got B. The good news is still a 5-life lead.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, despite all that effort, this streak is going to be somewhat of a curve there, but accuracy, I think it may have caught a flag on the top side of the fortress end. That's unfortunate. Doesn't come out too much, but 45 seconds left on the clock. Life count still close enough. Seattle Surge with a slight advantage. They can get themselves over to B. Only 1 segment remaining.
You're calling in the cruise missile on offense. You're apparently feeling good about your chances. So they're feeling the momentum, but maybe now feeling a little bit of the pain. Obviously still in a phenomenal position. Oh my, 4 seconds left. I was going to say there's no way, but if Pred is shooting like this, 25 kills in 3 rounds, by the way. You never know.
Oh, dude. It's just so gross. Between him and HyDra. He's running a Bance right now, but Nade's up. Sorry, running an attack. Priestahh is here to back him up. Try to slow him down. Drain the effort there at B. Eyes towards A now. KiSMET might be the man. No, a little too eager. Skyz now trying to slow the stem flow of reinforcements. In comes HyDra from behind. Mack, gotta win this fight. Can't get it done. That should be the round.
Well, should be the round, but you still get an extra 3 ticks, so I think Seattle up +3 in that regard. And obviously for Subliners, I mean, they got to win the round on offense anyway, so just pushing the pace, man. I mean, this is utterly ridiculous how quick they've been going, and they're still going. Seattle actually made it out towards the point. It is Mack by himself, so get a quick kill with 0.0 and you're good to go. But Skyz, please challenge sooner rather than later. Ooh, thank you.
Oh, sooner rather than later. A fraction of a second remaining there on the round, and now New York Subliners have got themselves another chance. Offensive round coming up next. They've got to either eliminate the Subliners, the Seattle Surge players 30 times, capture both points, and then we'll see what happens on defense. But wow, what a round of control that was.
I just can't imagine how painful it would be to win a round on offense on this map and still end up with defense for the round 5 because you won it on kills rather than like getting the final zone. Like a situation like that is just, that would be miserable to fall into. But honestly, with the way that Seattle have been shooting, Prez got 27, Civ has 24. These two have been looking unstoppable.
Smoked once again. Little deeper on the defense here, Seattle Surge. And that's a worry. Not anymore. Prez now trying to comb the halls. Him and HyDra now toe-to-toe on the inside of the fortress here. There's going to be a big fight. Whoever wins this one really sets their team up in a big way. Pred taken care of. KiSMET's good. Over to Mack. Oh, Skyz can't win it. Gotta get that little bit closer. KiSMET still keeping the B-zone capture going.
HyDra's trying to fly and fry, but he flies and dies. KiSMET now by himself, and you just expect the trades to come through, or you hope the trades come through. Accuracy too quick for his teammates, though, but the nade enough to get it done. KiSMET's been cleared out, and Skyz, I mean, a last-ditch effort effectively towards that B zone, but he just has to stay alive and try to find kills and get his teammates out of the base. Can't even do that. Seattle right back in firm control of the map.
31 and 17 for Pred. Still has that cruise missile to play with. Now he is in prime position to find a few more kills. This is the spot. Got to keep trapped on the inside of this building. The Subliners are lined up. 2 of them have crept out. 2 of them making their way through the double doors. Gunfights are there. Sib's going to keep that side of the map safe. Priestahh's going to check it. Check this right corner, mate. You know he's there. Well, I told you. You didn't listen. That's okay. 25 seconds left of the round, and it is disgusting work out the Subliners.
I mean, there's just nowhere to go. Disgusting work out of the Surge Force, so right? Because it just feels disgusting when you're stuck in this spawn trap and lined up for accuracy. Oh, how he loves getting 3.
Oh, there's a 3 in the feed with that one. 36 and 18.
Good
Get to 40. Fly, Pred, fly. Okay, GG's though. Woo!
Look, Miles, you asked me about stats before the map and what the stats said, and I think I started off with Surge must know something that I don't for picking this map. They knew something I didn't. They knew that Pred, if it had gone to a round 5, would have obliterated the kill record. Man just got 36 kills in only 4 rounds. We thought HyDra was going to pop off, but maybe Pred trying to reopen that conversation of the best SMG in the game because, oh my dear Lord, I mean, that's an absurd performance, clinically through and through. I mean, obviously a lot of credit to Civ as well, because I think Civ's the guy that, at least in that first offensive round, picked up the 2-piece to help them get out of that spawn trap, and just dropped 4,100 damage. But what a duo that Seattle Surge have. I think Accuracy and Mack are underrated players. I think they don't get enough flowers. I think Civ and Pred get like too much of the limelight, but after a map like that, it is for good reason. Those two just ran the show.
All right, show me Pred's montage. Let's go. I'm ready to see it. Here it comes. It was a big game out of the young Australian. The Seattle Surge, a beautiful turnaround in what has been, again, a not a good look statistically, a bad map for them. Statistically, a stronger map for the Subliners. Chance, what is it? The Subliners just looking a little slow. Is it just the series now? We're coming up on map number 4. There's plenty of time to still turn this around.
I think, well, you know, maybe it's a little bit too over the top to boil it down to the one moment, but if I had to pick a moment, it is quite literally when Civ picked up the 2-piece. I think Pred and Mack also got a kill at the exact moment where Subliners had the setup that they want on the map, where things were singing sweet for their first round on defense. But then as soon as you drop the ball on there, that's when Surge straight up never looked back. You get the first round win on offense. You just get a nice, easy one on defense after the fact. And then you just have so much like wind in your sails, so much momentum. Like, as soon as you get that first round, you're just big chilling. So I think New York just got a little bit too loose, a little bit too relaxed. And Surge absolutely just punished them for it. And a hell of a way to do it too, because again, Surge needs the points. do it in such a fashion, at least for this map, to put themselves in a good spot, being the first team to beat New York on this map. That's got to feel good.
Got to feel great. 3-1 as well. Whew. Core blimey, governor. Well, we stay on Fortress for another hard point. And then if we have to go to game 5, Hotel, Search, and Destroy. Now, that is going to be something. As that Fortress hard point come up now, chance, again, a crucial moment. An amazing turnaround time, and just the right time for Seattle Surge, who have had, quite frankly, a really bad run up to the major in Boston.
Yeah, 100%. And looking at the stats, like, it was almost impossible to say that the series, at least for me, would go to Seattle, because even though a few of these maps do look good for them, it really just has been that poor of like a stage 2. But when you look at the maps, the fact that they got us aBeZy for like the S&D for the map 2, you're like, okay, that's actually the one map where Seattle looked halfway decent. That goes to around 11. And now looking at the stats, this is a hard point where they kind of have the advantage on aBeZy at Fortress. They're 4-1 on it compared to New York's 3-4. And don't get me wrong, that 3-4 for New York does not tell the whole story. They've blown a lead here or a lead there, so they certainly look dangerous on the map, but this is the best advantage, statistically speaking, that you've had for Seattle this entire series. And obviously, we're going back to a Fortress where Pred just dropped 36, and Civ even had more damage not performed, so they had the hot hand without question.
The hot hand is a very, very important factor in Call of Duty. Call it momentum, call it a hot hand, call it what you will. Let's see if the subliners can cool them off just a little bit. Get themselves going as well, because this should be an absolute throwdown here on Fortress Hardpoint. Pred has been something else. Look at them stats.
Yeah, I mean, the 2.0 just looks very, very nice to have. And again, Sib's stats are going to look ridiculous. Sib had like a 1.7 or something along those lines in the first hard point as well. So, I mean, if S&D is a problem for the team, you think about improving that game mode, or second option, just be dominant in the respawns. And so far, it's looking like that's what Surge are trying to accomplish in this series.
So we go. Cool, 3-1. What a result that would be for Seattle Surge. Still, those subliners, plenty of life left in the tank. Here we go. Pred give me the lone man on this side of the map, trying to make a dent in that opening hit from the subliners. They have said no thank you. And absolutely battered them over to the point. Now we go.
That was an interesting opening break as well. There was almost no concern for the actual, like, you know, P1 first hill, and a lot of pressure on the top side of the map. And I think Subliners doing a good job of keeping everything contained and not leaving open the top side, because they trust themselves to reswarm and break through. Is Mack's body just entered a different dimension?
He cracked the door and yeeted straight into that player's POV. That was amazing. Still decent. I did, bro. That was nuts. The physics in this game go wild. Good start from the subliners, though. They've got full P2 control for now. You still have to deal with Pred, who's in his happy place. They've got a nice amount of time on first, and now looking towards second. This is a good opener from them.
Yeah, much like the laws of spawns, the laws of physics do not exist. But now we go to that rotation. Subliners obviously doing a great job just off the opening break and set up around P2. And again, great control you want. You got the trophy in the hill. You got KiSMET, the front man, who is ready for the gunny. Does get traded out, but Subliners still in control, have all the crosses covered. It'll take a little bit of extra effort to break it down, and I think Mack Melts might be delivering.
He's trying. Priest is holding the back line down, though. Slow and steady, a little more sensible. The stun's going to help. Here comes HyDra. Woo! Straight into the fight. Straight into the point. Into the feed. Accuracy's up next. Good shots. Doesn't let that young Frenchman walk away with it. Priestahh, though, 6-1. Doing a lovely bit of work here, snaking that hard point.
I also don't know when or how Skyz got to this position, but if he could somehow deal with all three of these players and buy some time, talk about a miraculous moment, does eventually get hunted down, so Surge keeping things secure on the rotation, but still actually quite a bit of pressure. I mean, again, a one-on-one gunfight for KiSMET. If he wins it, maybe can open things up for the team, but Pred shuts him down, and Seattle should be ready to go and start chipping away at that lead, but maybe not for very long.
Oh, Priestahh, such a valiant effort to get in there. Here come the boys, though. The squad's here. The cavalry has arrived, loves. And that's a clean sweep. Subliners, that's their point.
That is so much pressure, and honestly, that pressure really does start with Skyz buying his teammates time to make sure Surge are pinned back in their spawn, and you can run through the middle map for free. So small plays go a long way, and Subliners trying to take full advantage of the fact is, by the way, speaking of Skyz, 9-2. A ridiculous start to this game.
Yep. Invested in this game at the very least. 20 seconds remaining here on the point. Looking now for the Subliners to escape this right-hand side of the map. Not going to be an easy thing to do. Let's put them to the test. Nice perfect double chow there from Simp and accuracy. Immaculate teamwork as they both hit that at the same time. No hope now. Here comes Pred. HyDra though with attack. Managing to fight his way out, but no more. As you can see, it's not an easy thing to do to break out of this prison here on Fortress.
Yeah, they're making it easy for accuracy at this point. Bunch of one-on-one chows coming through. He can sit in this window all day, and finally a technical double challenge comes through, but that was a 5 spree right there for the main AR for Seattle to try to get them back in this game. Cutoffs there for Mack. He's down low, bottom mark. He can hear everybody stomping up above him, and you can see it, Simp. They've got it all covered, but they don't have the trades. KiSMET too quick with it.
Oh, tough. Can accuracy get involved now? KiSMET once again getting things done on the stairwell there. His Sib pops up. Oh, taking care of her behind. Good work out of the subliners. All bases covered. Time going their way as well. Last 20 seconds should be there. No problem. Spawns up for everyone on the subliners, and Skyz puts them right back on the spawn.
And this is so painful as well, because again, subliners on the preferred side of the map, and that's a moment if KiSMET doesn't get that 2-piece. Yeah, talk about how the little things go a long way. I mean, that just sort of like opens the window for everybody else on New York. But Surge have pushed out and got a couple cuts covered, and maybe even opportunity for accuracy being the one trying to flank. But I think HyDra's on top of it. KiSMET on a 5 spree as well. So like Subliner's been on cruise control so far this game.
The Dolphin dive with 2 capital Ys. Ys out into nothing. Red, Sib in the feed. Good work out of Priestahh to try to find something there. But at the same time, Seattle Surge, they've got the Blacksmith on lock, and this flip helps for a minute. Red should be aware of these players. Yeah, he's doing what he can. Good work there, getting out of the young Australian and keeping these players pinned in. But 124 to 66, Subliner still. That lead is all still theirs.
Yeah, I think HyDra, well, maybe thinking about getting a kill and getting out, but KiSMET actually spawns up on that side. So KiSMET's just going to try to rotate and try to keep as much pressure on the left side as he can. He does get cleared out, but I think Seattle honestly played the Blacksmith Hill about as well as you could really want. Good things have certainly happened. Flip the map on its head, get a little bit of time, and a 3 down like that. Subliners are now firmly going to be stuck in this spawn trap. At this moment, 60-point game. To see if Seattle can make up for it.
They're still trapped. I mean, this is a prime example for Seattle Surge to get themselves into the lead. Can they do it? A couple of preem gunfights. It's going to help out, keeping the map presence felt. Subliners, they're still struggling. Not able to cross that 50-yard mark. Mack's just soaking.
Oh my god, yeah, that's how you break the hill, by the way. Priestahh can just go pick up a 3-piece, gun 2 players, get to the hill, and break it by himself. So write that down one in the strat book. Credit to Sender, I think, for the coach of the York Subliners for coming up with that big game plan.
That was a good one. Woo, Pred wins a nice fight there. Here comes KiSMET around the corner. He's still not regened, and it's no problem there. Mack cleans up middle. Hard point still in the hands of Seattle. They're doing what they can. Oh, sorry, the Subliners. But Seattle, they've fought back chance. It's a lot of time garnered here on this first point. Second, though, is up. Awkward spawns there. Seattle might be able to make something happen here. HyDra, a rock and a hard place right now. We'll see which one he is.
And keep in mind, by the way, for the Subliners, at the start of that P1, they were down by 60. By the start of the next P2, still about a 60-point game. So even from the bad spawns, they were doing a pretty good job. But now maybe it gets a little bit tougher. That's a 4-man wipe, and this is the real hill for Seattle to get back in the game.
This might be the first map 4 we've seen in the entire day. It isn't pure domination. Will Seattle be able to get back into this? 35 on the second hard point here in the second set. Mack's not looking so hot in the kills department, but hey, man, I'm not too fussed with that whatsoever. These are the big ones that really matter in the kills.
At least able to get the first, everything covered for the rest of them. And honestly, 20 seconds left. This is the opportunity for Seattle to try to find an open lane and flip those spawns. You see Priestahh, though, he's on top of it, has it all covered, and that is a big win from Skyz to not let Pred get out and bound and cause too many problems. But even Sib trying to hunt down HyDra and keep the push a little bit staggered, because number 1 KiSMET does spawn out. And number 4, HyDra spawns out as well. So Seattle putting on the pressure. Skyz now by himself, and you can chain these hills together. Seattle, they're getting it done.
It's happening. The lead will change hands. Sib has himself a cruise missile as well. Seattle Surge, better late than never, lads. The Major is next week, and they are starting to find their form. No trophies in position. There's a late one, but it now arrives. HyDra Priestahh back in the hill. Subliners just like that. Smash back into the hard point. Can Skyz stay alive? Oh, nice angle. The curve there from Sib does manage to get one out of it. You've still got the Subliners trap, though. Exactly the same situation from the first set.
That's also a moment, by the way, where you call in the crews, you do end up getting a kill, but I mean, Sib's out of the fight when he's calling in the crew, so the one kill doesn't make any bit of difference, and that might be the moment where Surge dropped the ball just a little bit because they set themselves up to a great opportunity on that hill, but Subliners a lot of fight in them. They fought back and now have just maintained that lead, so still about a 35, maybe make it 40-point gap between the two. Seattle, though, have won the rotation towards next. Red is aggressively pushed up, but he gets cut down. Everybody down York grouped up together.
Jesus, what a gunfight from HyDra. A couple of little shimmies there, just breaks the auto aim of Sib, and he's right in on it. 196 to 164. Into the fortress we go. And accuracy and pred, finding the kills all over the shop. Subliners have not been able to get back into this. They're fighting from the outside. Skyz wins a big one. They're fanning out all across the map now, looking for all these angles. Pred's on cleanup duty. How many can he keep away? Gets himself one more. Kills in the feed. Priestahh's there. And I tell you what, we're closer and closer to the point. That is a massive win from Sib. Time still going the way of Surge.
They had the cutoff as well. Accuracy can see the entire middle of the map. This should be these final 20 seconds guaranteed. We'll be going to the blacksmith, and I don't know. I don't think either team will be able to win it here. So it's basically a team trying to set themselves up for the advantage, but you should see another 2 hills. And for the moment, Seattle in control. They don't have stables just yet, but accuracy just took it. Surge will be in the hill first.
Surge are in the hill. Surge are in the lead. Surge are looking at a 3-1 if they can keep this all together. Here comes the hit. Subliners, it has to be squeaky clean. HyDra on the flank. Timing's going to be great. Here we go. Accuracy wins. Nothing. The trophy gets down. Pred drops as well. The break is good, but Mack, the last man alive, the savior for his boys, gets back in the hills straight away, and that's all 4 again. Seattle Surge, are they doing it right here, right now?
I mean, you got to fly right now if you're Subliners. This is back against the wall, and this is HyDra trying to lead the charge. Just gets you the 2 entries. Clean shots to take down Sib. His teammates are there for the trade, and all that work, HyDra might have just done enough to at least keep his team afloat and try to set up this spawn trap as well. We're going back to the P1. But someone does get out. Mack has at least made it through, so Surge, they do have openings on this map to try to get this rotation.
Take care of Mack, all good. Looking at P1 again, though. That's where the focus has got to lie. KiSMET, eyes up, looking for anything right now.
Sib's in.
Bad news is, Seattle Surge are in. Final 10 seconds here. Oh my God, they've just all fallen over. They've all been dropped dead. Oh my God, it's done. Seattle have done it. The pick'ems are up in the air, ladies and gents. What a turnaround. Seattle are back. What a 3-1.
And with the absolute battle cry from accuracy to boot, the people on the desks are geniuses. They felt the presence of the day, topsy-turvy. And Seattle Surge get it done in the respawns. Only a round 11 loss in the S&D as well. And a sign of a life and a shining light maybe going into the major. Seattle with a massive win and clinical performances on these last 2 maps from Sib, especially 31 kills, super soaker in the hard point as well. I mean, 10 objective kills. Surge were on point, man. We saw that Outbacker Fortress control roll through. I thought that would just spell despair and devastation for Seattle, but I mean, they executed and took down the very best. And again, Miles, I mean, again, if they can start winning Search and Destroy, oh my dear God.
Dude, that's it. That is it. And that round 11, this could have been a 3-0. A 3-0. And our major one champion. A brutal 3-0. Hey, it could have gone either way. But good stuff, man. Seattle Surge looking strong as they now roll themselves forward into the Boston Major next week. I'm pretty sure there might be a ticket or 2 still available. If you want to see these teams in action, get on over there. We're all going to be there. It's going to be one hell of a show. My God, mate. Today's picks were very, very interesting indeed. How are we doing, Desk? What did we make of that last series of the day?
Oh boy, boys, what a weird day. Shout out to my experts. 2-2 on the day his name was. 2-2 on the night is aLLeY. And aLLeY, you were the only one on this desk who saw this win coming. We talked about the importance, though, coming in. Surge, they pulled it off, and they look good doing it.
I mean, you talk about the importance. I mean, 0-3 so far in this stage. You were the team in finals. You placed second at Major 1. Obviously, the expectations were so high for the Seattle Surge team, especially after their initial run last year as well with all of the rookies on the squad. So I knew they needed to bounce back at some point. There's no better time to do it than a revenge match against New York Subliners, who beat you out at Major 1. And am I saying that now we're going to see a totally different Seattle Surge? No, there's still a lot of work to be done, but the S&D in this series looked a lot better.
And now that you got this victory, Nameless, you did it in just 4 games, right? A 3-0 would have been better for your chance to climb these standings. But if you have one more win this series tonight, and knowing that you've gone to multiple Game 5s keeps you in the running for a top 8 spot.
It 100% keeps you in the running for it, right? We talk about 2 wins. You can potentially get the tiebreaker scenario where, you know, it gets you into that top 8. But more so just confidence purposes, this is a team that when they get to land, they can make that run. We talk about, you know, the problems they had in the online stage. Stage 1, still got second at the event. And they've had troubles throughout this stage, and we talk about their issues, but then you see a series like this, and it's like Sib and Pred are on another level, and Sib in particular, every single map that they won in this series, this guy went crazy. Like, when he plays like this, he is the best player in the world. He is 4K damage in the control. The guy is a 1.32 there, double positive in both the hard points. Just an absolute masterclass of a performance. And the amount of pressure that they had, the instant offensive win in the control, like that is when Seattle is at their best, when they're playing at that pace. It's just we don't see it all the time, but this is a big win versus New York, man. It's a revenge game.
I want to give a big shout out to Tim, our stats wizard, giving us a lot of extra tools coming into today's matches. And Tim had a tweet. He said, you know, a lot of people are saying the most impactful player isn't always the best player on the team. He sees it as one and the same. And aLLeY, you've always told me that you think Pred's the best SMG in the game. Well, Nameless always sided with HyDra. Is it fair to say that Pred got the better of HyDra in this series?
I think he totally did. I think Pred
Sib got the better of everybody in this series. I mean, like, I want to show Pred his love. I feel like we always do. I just wanted to make sure we show Sib some love because he's the best player on this team right now.
Sib was rocking it from the very start. You saw it on Hotel, ripping players off of headies, but our scuff play of the game belongs to that control performance from Pred, right? There's no denying that he was dropping bombs to close out this series.
36-18 in this control. If it went to 5 rounds, which Seattle closed it out in 4, possibly could have seen the breaking of our control kill record here on this Fortress control. And this was a map that should have favored New York. We were talking about it in the pre-match setup. Like, New York are 4-0, 5-0 on this map. Like, they are definitely, like, going confidence head-to-head against this team, and Seattle went and put their foot down.
Yo, hey, listen, play the game. Pred is disgusting. But Sib still had more damage.
No, he still does. Listen, Sib and Pred are like one of the nastiest duos this year.
They're the Splash Bros, for real.
Let's just
they
pause
really are.
on that because we have Pred joining us live. It's your mother's favorite Australian, and he's celebrating tonight. Pred, welcome back onto the stream. First off, give your friend Sib some props. Tell me what it's like to play alongside this guy. A lot of interviews before the whole OpTic drama. People are wondering, is this duo going to get broken up? Surge fans super excited to see you and Sib still playing together.
You know, me and Dante, I mean, we bounce off each other. I mean, the chemistry we have and, you know, the standards we hold to each other is it's honestly insane. I mean, me and him hold each other to a high standard, and for us, it's just about, you know, making sure that we can compete to the best level to help our team win. And I feel like me and him are like, honestly, like Kobe and Shaq sometimes, man.
And that's what we saw tonight. Nameless is calling you the Splash Brothers, a little Klay Thompson, a little Seth Curry together. But this was a team effort, and the team must have had some conversations after your 0-3 start in the qualifiers. What was the conversation like about New York specifically coming into this match?
I mean, we know we're a good team. I feel like our S&Ds, I mean, it's not, you know, it's obviously not good. We haven't won an S&D online yet, but we always knew that our respawn is one of the best. We just needed to make sure that, you know, we follow the game plan and we stick to it. I feel like we haven't been doing that as much. And, you know, when we do that, we get to shine more. So for us, it was just about, you know, really sticking to the game plan.
Red, I know we haven't been able to talk to you guys for a minute here, and now getting that first one on your belt, you still have one more game to go. What is you and the team's plan moving forward to try and possibly get in the conversation of making their way into the winners bracket?
For us, we know we have a big match tomorrow. It's a must-win. We just need to bring that same intensity and same energy and start playing with like really starting believing in ourselves that we can do it. And I feel like once we do that, we can be a top team.
Pred, I want to talk to you about, like, so in this series, extremely dominant, right? Like, you guys come out and you're frying. more oftentimes than not, you're going to be putting up those performances. But when you or Sib are having a slower day, like, what are you guys working on fundamentally to get to a level where you can get wins, regardless of you guys having to pop off like that?
For us, you know, there's obviously going to be some days where we aren't playing to the best of our ability, but for us, it's about sticking to the game plan, and that game plan will help us win regardless of how we perform. That's what we try to build in our team, is to set ourselves up for that success. So we try and make that as consistent as possible. But yeah, it's really sticking to the game plan, so then not just me and him can shine, it's so the whole team can shine.
1-3 in the qualifiers right now, with a chance to finish 2-3 if you get your win over the Minnesota Røkkr. That is happening tomorrow. So what is the team working on tonight, and what are your expectations for the series? Is it a good matchup for you?
I mean, they're downstairs. They're literally right below us. I mean, so if we like round 11 S&D, I might just pop down and turn off the switch or something. But S&D is the only thing we need to work on. I mean, our respawn's pretty, you know, pretty good. We just need to touch a few things. But S&D, I mean, it's no secret. We just got to really work on that. And I feel like once we get a guaranteed S&D win, I feel like we'll be a really good team.
Well, we'll let you wrap early with the team, go over those VODs, and prepare for tomorrow. Best of luck, my friend. I know a lot of people in the chat are rooting for you.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you guys. Have a good day.
Take it easy.
Awesome to talk with Pred, and honestly, it is great to see the parity that we have had with these teams' performances over the last 2 weeks. So many different squads are now in the running for this Boston title, and if you didn't get your tickets, once again, you got to get them right now. CallOfDutyLeague.com. As we wrap up this series, though, Nameless, what's the one thing you'll remember from this best of 5 against New York?
I mean, once again, like, that duo just going absolutely crazy. And then also the round 11, you know, you heard Chance and Miles touch it a little bit. Like, some improvements were made throughout that search and destroy. And if they start winning searches, they're a terrifying squad.
There we go. Keep your eyes on the Surge, but they're not the only team to look out for. Also, we've got Toronto in the running for one of the best teams in the game. They've reestablished that position with a win over LAG. Let's take a look at how that went down and talk ourselves through this series. aLLeY, I want to start with you, because we were high on the Guerrillas, right?
Yeah.
We knew what we were expecting from Toronto, but the Guerrillas were looking pretty hot coming into the series.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue with this series was the fact that 0-3 hotel loss for the likes of LAG. I mean, Toronto just looked so dominant in Respawn and in multiple game modes as well. And again, one of the teams that is contending to be a winner, maybe a favorite for the Boston Major coming up next week. So LAG, they still looked good overall in that series. Unfortunately, they couldn't pick themselves back up from that map 3 loss, but definitely not out of the conversation for sure.
And I think we have to give major props to Queenx. A lot of times we're showing love to Standy, showing love to Scrap. Queenx had his day in the sun.
Yeah, I mean, he had a beautiful play, especially on that Mercado Search and Destroy. You know, a lot of times just a battle 4v4 over at that A site comes down to individual plays more often times than not, and he makes a huge play, gets a big 2-piece and follows it up with the 1v1 win at the very end. So, you know, Queenx in a turning point in the series gets a big win.
We entered the day with just one team with an unbeaten record, and that was OpTic Texas. They played in our second match of the day, and it was one that they were heavily favored. You know what? 93% of the people on the Pick'ems bracket went with OpTic Texas. But Vegas Legion showed you can't ever count them out, and they were scary back on Raleigh's land.
I think in the fashion that they did it is really what they needed to do it against our undefeated team in Stage 2.